The Dubai World Cup, Royal Ascot, the Pretty Locted Triumph, the Breeders' Cup and now the Longines Hong Kong International Races is a short list of some of the races that unite the racing world and crown champions for the year gone by. Hello and welcome to the beautiful racetrack at Sha Tin. I'm Mohit Lalwani to bring you the championship day known as the Turf World Championships.
This is Hong Kong, Pearl of the Orient, fragrant harbour. It is Asia's world city and home of the Hong Kong Jockey Club. Billions of dollars are wagered here each year in a heady mix of style, glamour, speed and victory. This is a no-holds-barred arena where only the best survive. The horse racing is amongst the best in the world, and at the end of each year, the season closes with a week of racing that crowns many a champion of the turf. 12 of the world's best jockeys flew into Hong Kong for the Longines International Jockey Championship. 4 legs would decide the champion, and the field included UK's champions Sylvester de Souza and Ryan Moore, Australian Brett Preble, locally based Brazilian Joe Moreira, South African Gavin Lerena, and American Triple Crown winning jockey Victor Espinoza. Happy Valley is a floodlit delight on Wednesday nights, and even the rain could not dampen anyone's spirits. The first leg of the championship over a mile went to reigning champion jockey Sylvester de Souza, who edged out Ryan Moore in a nail-biting finish.
City further back, Go Getter running on, and First Sight Love, but it's Happy Spirit in front for De Souza. Go Getter starting to eat up the ground. Go Getter's coming quickly after Happy Spirit. Happy Spirit clinging on, may have just got there.
30 minutes later, with Ryan Moore dead heating to share victory and the 18 points available for the first 2 placing. For now, it looked that Ryan Moore, considered by many the best jockey in the world, would be the champion with his second and joint first in the first 2 legs. But South African Gavin Lerena had other ideas. Going pointless in the first 2 races, Lerena won the third.
Mr. Right dash clear. Here's St. Yazin chiming through late. St. Yazin after Mr. Right. Mr. Right in front. St. Yazin's coming through very quickly.
And then, riding for his life, won the 4th from Joe Moreira, stealing the Longines International Jockey Championship in dramatic fashion.
Super Roy sprinting to the lead from Beauty Kingdom, Sparkling Sword, but it's Super Roy clear. Another one for Gavin Lerena, and it might be the championship.
It's fantastic that everything came together and we were able to finish off with 2 good wins. You know, I've never been to Hong Kong, and it's, you know, the people are amazing here, a great bunch of people. We've been well looked after by Longines and the Hong Kong Jockey Club, and it's just fantastic. It's very electric.
In a glittering night of stars and champions, the Hong Kong Jockey Club and Longines came together to award the Longines Jockey of the Year award, with a who's who of the racing fraternity making their way to the Hong Kong Convention Centre in Wai Chan. It was an evening that had the style that defines both global brands. The Longines Jockey of the Year award is based on the top 100 graded races and is given by Longines and the International Federation of Horse Racing Authorities. 2015 was the special year in racing, with American Pharaoh and Victor Espinoza winning the American Triple Crown, even as Golden Horn and Frankie Dettori stamped their dominance across the pond with victories in the Epsom Derby and the Prix de l'Arc Triumph. With not much to choose between the 2 champions, it was Frankie who edged out Victor.
Well, it means a lot, you know. It's something that Longines started last year. They picked 100 best races throughout the world, and you know, to get recognized by such a big event, you know, it means a lot. I was very fortunate to have the fantastic here, and had some good horses to ride in big races, and I came out on top.
Well, and what an incredible year Frankie Dettori has had. Well, your heart does go out to Victor Espinosa, Triple Crown, and the Breeders' Cup on a champion called American Pharaoh. I can tell you that 2015 has been very special on both sides of the pond. We take a short break and come right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Sha Tin. Well, I can tell you it's now time for the action. The horses are in the parade ring for the first one. It is the Group 1 Longines Hong Kong Vase, and last year's defending champion Flintshire seems to be the horse to beat yet again.
Hong Kong was buzzing with excitement as all roads led to Sha Tin on Sunday the 13th of December for the Longines International Races and for the 4 champions to be crowned. The Hong Kong Jockey Club has on each occasion ensured that this is amongst the best race meets in the world. With over 30 Group 1 winners entered, it boasted a total stake of over 80 million Hong Kong dollars.
4 races, 83 million Hong Kong. It essentially is, I think, the 3rd richest day of racing in the world, and that comes from versus Dubai and the Breeders' Cup. Otherwise, it's us. And all 4 races are in the world's top 100. You get Hong Kong, which is clearly one of the classiest jurisdictions, especially in the top ranks, with roughly half the fields, and a variety of international contenders who have come from all over the world to be here. And where especially I think you get the great intersection of form is that Australia, Japan, and Europe come together in this meeting. That doesn't happen too often in the world. The Hong Kong Jockey Club is serious business for Hong Kong. The club is the largest contributor to the tax base in Hong Kong, and it is the largest charitable contributor here. It's estimated that it touches roughly 80% of the people in Hong Kong are directly touched by some charitable element that the club has.
The first Group 1 race was the Longines Hong Kong Vase over 2,400 metres, and the field included global champions such as the Andre Fabre-trained Flintshire and the generational superstar Cyrus de Aigle. Flintshire was back to defend this title from 2014, and with the second behind Golden Horn in the arc, was easily the horse to beat. The local charge was led by the John Moore trained and Joe Moreira ridden Helene Happy Star, who would run 4th behind Military Attack in his prep 3 weeks earlier. There were 3 3-year-olds in the field, and of these it would be interesting to see how Highland Reel from the powerful Aidan O'Brien stable would do in this high quality field. With Ryan Moore in the saddle looking to give O'Brien his first ever victory at this race meet, it wasn't long before the horses made their way to the start and were set away.
Gates are open and they're off and running in the Vase, and a good level line out of the gates, although as I speak Ming Dynasty's just struggling a little bit to go with them through the early stages, and Kaya is going to settle back in the field. Highland Reel began well and he's up vying for the lead. Flintshire was away well also, as was Helene Happy Star and Helene Superstar. Ensuring got away nicely from Dominant, holding a prominent spot on the rail, and he's on the inside of the 3-year-old French colt Darien, followed then by the veteran Cyrus de Aigle, and then a gap to Preferment, who's in a little bit of a bustling match at this stage with Ming Dynasty, and they're keeping Canic Chase very wide as they work past the Longines timepiece. Settling back in the field now is Dominant. He's drifted a little bit back to 3rd last from Harbour Master, who's 2nd last as they pass the trainer's stand, and Kaya is back at the tail end of the field. Well, Highland Reel, Ryan Moore rolls on and he takes the lead, a mile left to travel. It's Highland Reel leading by 3 parts of a length over in 2nd position Cyrus de Aigle. He went forward and he now sits outside of the leader. Helene Happy Star travels sweetly in 3rd, and so too does the favourite. He's travelling first class, Flintshire. Behind him in economy is Canic Chase and Helene Superstar on the rail, but there's a move in the Vase, and Harbour Master not happy with the pace. Tommy Berry, he takes off and he opens them up. Halfway point, 1,200 metres, and Harbour Master now strides clear. 2.5 lengths to Highland Reel and Cyrus de Aigle. 2.5 further back to Helene Happy Star with Flintshire. They've had good runs. 1.5 lengths to Canic Chase from Helene Superstar and Darien in the middle. 2 away to the Australian galloper Preferment from Ensuring, and then Ming Dynasty Dominance now been shuffled back to second last, and 2 lengths last of all is Kyra as they work to the 800 metre point, and Harbour Master has the pace and he slows it down a touch now. Cirrus Dezeg is in clear-cut second, Highland Reel back to third. From Helene Happy Star, Flincher, he's just waiting for a spot to go here, Cheminot. Helene Superstar, Darian starting to work between horses. From Canic Chase, Preferment's coming wide, then Ensuring. Ming Dynasty with it all to do with Dominant and Kaya. They're in the straight. Harbour Master quickly joined by Helene Happy Star. But here comes the French champion, Flincher. He quickly looms up, and at the 250 he raced to the lead. Highland Reel tries to go with him. They beat off Helene Happy Star. Darian trailing up behind them. Highland Reel in for the fight. He regained the lead from Flincher. Then Darian, but it's Highland Reel. Aidan O'Brien, his first victory in the Hong Kong bars, and Highland Reel defeats the defending champion.
He's just a 3-year-old, so seems to be very scopy, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's taken his racing very well, and you know, he's a horse to look forward to for next year, hopefully.
And for Coolmore, they've kicked off with Hong Kong. Your thoughts?
Oh well, listen, if there's, as I said earlier, if the horses are in form and the race is there, then like, you know, it's great to come here, and Hong Kong Jockey Club always look after us very well, and you know, and it's a very nice prize to win today.
Well, now next up is the Longines Hong Kong Sprint, and I can tell you this is one of the most competitive fields that has been put together. Obviously, the barrier draw will make a big difference here, but what's emerging from this is a great story. A Mongolian trainer who stole everyone's hearts at the Breeders' Cup, and he's back here to claim further honours.
The Longines Hong Kong Sprint has often been a happy hunting ground for local favourites, and so there was a discernible groan from the fans when Pinaphobia and Moreira drew barrier 14. The Tony Cruz Schooler had run second to the Gibson-trained and Sumio-owned Gold Fun 3 weeks earlier and would need an inspired ride from Moreira to overcome the negative barrier and win this one. Moreira knew exactly what he had to do, even if he gave nothing away.
Over the sprint race, I'm riding Pinaphobia, a horse that has done very well lately. But unfortunately, he's got a very bad draw. Hopefully, we can give him a perfect run, perfect race. Under that circumstance, he's definitely a winning chance, even coming from the wide draw.
Inspired he was, and out of the gates, Moreira instantly set Pinaphobia alight to provide Hong Kong the moment that they were waiting in anticipation for.
Take it up. Quickly into second, Rich Tapestry. Mickey Isle goes up forward. Mongolian Saturday, Not Listening to Me. Green Mask is very deep from Gold Fun, Lucky 9 and Dundonald as they turn into the first turn, 750 metres to go. Soul Power back in the latter stages with Straight Girl, and she's very wide from Charles the Great. And Sakura Gospel is last of all. Pinaphobia got the lead very comfortably, and Moreira steadies the ship. He strides by a half to the Japanese galloper. Mickey Isle, Mongolian Saturday out 3 wide. Rich Tapestry, Not Listening to Me lurking. Straight Girls coming very wide. Gold Fun about to be called on. They're in the straight, and Pinaphobia a half to Mickey Isle. Not Listening to Me. Gold Fun starting to creep closer. Mongolian Saturday, Rich Tapestry. He fully commits now. Moreira on Pinaphobia. 2 lengths. Not Listening to Me. Gold Fun winding up, but Pinaphonia kept going. 2 lengths in front from Gold Fun. Continuing to close. Pinaphobia in front. Gold Fun can't reach him, and Pinaphobia all the way in the sprint defeats Gold Fun and Not Listening to Me. It's a test for Hong Kong. Dundonald took 4th.
Very well done.
Thank
when
you.
we were looking at it, you had the field beat. At what stage did you realize you're going to win this?
After I'm able to come across, get on the fence and go easy, from there on I knew I was going to be hard to beat him.
Pinaphobia is the son of Dandy Man, and with this has taken his victory tally to 7.
Welcome back to Sha Tin, and it's all heating up out here. Next up is the Longines Hong Kong Mile, and this is Hong Kong versus Japan. 2 of their great champions, Abel Friends and Maurice, to clash in what just could be the Battle of Titans.
The Longines Hong Kong Mile was turning out to be a clash of two giants, Maurice versus Able Friend. Maurice, the Japanese raider, saddled by Hori, had won his last 5 starts at home, with his last 2 in the highest class possible. Ryan Moore was entrusted to guide him home to quell the challenge of the local champion, Able Friend. Able Friend from John Moore's yard had won this race in 2014 during a streak of 6 straight victories which ended at Royal Ascot. The John Moore-trained gelding had run 3rd in his lead-up, but trainer and rider were both hopeful that he was back to his best.
Well, he's done very well. You've got to remember, even though he failed at Royal Ascot, we had the opportunity to put him in a paddock for 5 or 6 hours a day after that up at Newmarket. So he got good sunshine on his back, had a good pick, which you can't do in Hong Kong. So the trip had its benefits. So from that point of view, he came back very, very well. He won. He beat the best sprinter in Hong Kong in Gold Fun first up. What more could you ask?
To add to the drama that was building up, Able Friend picked up an injury in his hoof in the morning, and it required some serious consideration from the vets and trainers to declare him fit enough to run.
On favourite, all set, ready, and they're off and racing. And Red Yabawi was clearly the slowest, and Dan and Platina away slowly with Mondia List. Contentment came out quickly with Beauty Flame, and they're going to share the lead early. Secret Sham driving through, deeper out Tormore now pushing on from Romantic Touch, and Giant Treasure holding a prominent spot on the rail. 2 lengths further back then to Essa Tariq, who is travelling with Morris, who's in a lovely spot in the early stages, and he's trailed by Able Friend, who's a length away. Fierro on the fence, and then a length further back to Rewarding Hero from Danon Platina. Mondi Elise went back second last, and Red Yabawi is last of all. They leave the 1,000 metres astern, and Secret Sham makes the running. The pace is not overly solid. He leads by 3 parts to Contentment second. Again, Beauty Flame sitting in today. Tormore covering ground, 3 deep from Romantic Touch, and then Giant Treasure on the rail. A length away to Morris, who's on the outside of Esso Tariq. Then came Able Friend. He's 7 from the pace, and he's following the Japanese horse everywhere he goes. Fierro was next, and then Rewarding Hero, Danon Platina. Red Yabawi and Mondia List is last of all. Secret Sham starts to quicken as they corner in. Contentment, Beauty Flame going the rail, Tormore. Then came further out Romantic Touch. Able Friend starting to click up now. Morris trying to match him. It's in front, Beauty Flame from Contentment. Able Friend in the middle part of the track, unleashing that acceleration that he's known for. Giant Treasure, Maurice going with Able Friend. It's Able Friend, Maurice, Able Friend, and on the inside, Giant Treasure, but a star is born. Maurice wins the mile. Maurice wins the mile from either Giant Treasure or Able Friend.
Yeah, it went very smoothly. I think he probably wasn't quite at his best today. He didn't have that sharpness instantly, but he fought really well. He got in a battle and he wanted it, and he put his head down at the end. And
Able Friend clearly felt his foot under pressure as he hung out when he came under serious pressure. For a moment, he looked like he'd come to win it, but had to deal with a champion that seems to be one of the top milers anywhere in the world.
Well, and moving right along, it's time now for our big one. It is the Longines Hong Kong Cup, and Designs on Rome will defend his title from last year. Military Attack will do everything to take him down, as will the European champion Free Eagle.
It was finally time for the Longines Hong Kong Cup over 2,000 metres and the quality field of 9 Group 1 or Grade 1 winners. Designs on Rome from John Moore's yard was back to defend his title, which he had won from his stablemate Military Attack, who was back as well. While the former was ridden by Moreira, the latter had Zach Purton on board. While the field included the likes of Free Eagle, who had won the Prince of Wales Stakes at Royal Ascot, and Criterion, who'd run 3rd in the Melbourne Cup, most expected that this would be a Hong Kong victory. What the 80,000 spectators finally witnessed was a revelation from Japan.
Started field set to go in the Cup, and they're off and racing, and Military Attack off the inside bounced away beautifully, as did Dan Excel and Blazing Speed, and the Japanese horse Aishin Hikari charging across from his wide barrier. Away quickly was Free Eagle into a prominent position. Beauty Only caught a touch deep with Stefanos likewise, and then Freeport Lux. Military Attack down on the rail, followed by Nuovo Record, and then came Criterion. He's back in the field with Lucia Valentina. Satono Aladdin and last year's winner Designs on Rome is at the tail end of the field. They go into the back in the Longines Hong Kong Cup, and the Japanese horse is striding. A Shin Hikari out by 3 lengths. The pace is relentless. Dan Excel second. Free Eagle is going nicely in 3rd position. 2 further back to Blazing Speed. Another 2 back, then 2 Beauty Only. 3 lengths away to Military Attack. Then 2 back to Freeport Lux. Nuovo Record, Stefanos. Criterion must be 15 lengths off the leader as they approach the 1,000 with Satono Aladdin. Lucia Valentina and Designs on Rome is back last of all. A Shin Hikari about to sweep down the side of the course. 850 metres to go. Sets a generous tempo, leads by 2 lengths. Dan Excel second. Free Eagles had a lovely card into the race. 2 lengths further back to Blazing Speed. 2 away, Beauty Only. Military Attack, he's running 6, but he's 10 from the leader. Followed then by Satono Aladdin. Then Nuovo Record, Freeport Lux, Stefanos, Criterion with it all to do with Lucia Valentina and Designs on Rome. A Shin Hikari corners into the stretch, a couple clear. Dan Excel chasing with Free Eagle, then Blazing Speed, Beauty Only, Nuovo Record up the rail, Military Attack, but A Shin Hikari for Japan, running a bold race, still 3 lengths in front from Blazing Speed, Nuovo Record. A Shin Hikari, can he pinch it? He's tiring. Nuovo Record's running into second, then Blazing Speed, but A Shin Hikari all the way in the cup. A Shin Hikari from Nuovo Record, a Quinilla for Japan.
A Shin Hikari went fractions that made it impossible for any of his rivals to run him down. His astonishing run from wire to wire left his trainer Sagaguchi and jockey Take exuberant.
すごく僕自身もこのレースやっと勝てたし、このオーナーが先代もう亡くなられたオーナーがすごく香港のレースにこう情熱を持ってた方なので、そういう意味でも今日勝ててよかったなと思います。
Well, and that's all we have for you. What a wonderful race meet it's been. Till I see you at the next championship race day. It's goodbye from Sha Tin. And as always, thank you for joining me, and may the horse be with you.